All right, we're gonna wrap it up here at the last couple matchups that we got going on in the West. First one, Portland Trailblazers and the good old New Orleans Pelicans. This is going to be a good match, I think, because first of all, no one's going to stop Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
They got Nurkic, right? And they got that Zach Collins that they bring off the bench a lot, but for Portland. But let's be honest, you're not going to stop Anthony Davis. Now, on the other hand, Portland's got one of the best backcourts in the NBA with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. And I look at like Rondo trying to guard Damian Lillard. Yeah, Rondo's been a good defensive player, but they're not going to stop those two dudes. Those two dudes are hot.
Yeah. I mean, Damian Lillard, he's playing on a whole other sphere.
He's on like a domain or domain two by himself, not as a team. But
I mean, I watch him in some of these games, and he is making some of the most impossible shots.
And he makes them every time.
Yeah,
it's not
and
like it's a one-time thing.
There's no rim involved. It's a perfect swish every time, right? He just has played such good basketball. I think, honestly, Portland's going to be one of those teams that can upset. They can pull an upset, especially where
Portland's a higher seed though.
But I know. I'm saying, especially in the second round.
Oh, okay.
When they face Golden State, because that's who they would be playing. That is a big potential upset with how Portland's been playing. Granted, I mean they did lose they went on a losing spree of 4 there at the end of the season.
Out of 5,
out of 5,
they
right?
lost 4.
But man, they're playing such good basketball. And so it'd be interesting, especially if Steph Curry doesn't come back, right? If he's not able to make some of the games in the second round.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
highly
being
unlikely,
it's being said he'll be back by the second round. But I mean, in all reality, I love Portland and what they're doing right now. I do think it'll be a good matchup though against New Orleans. I think you're right about Anthony Davis. I think they're not going to be able to stop him. I think he's going to go off, make 26 to 30 some odd points a game, right? Against this team, he's gonna rip down a ton of rebounds. I don't know. I think he's gonna be hard to stop.
No, he's gonna be impossible to stop. I think unless he just goes on some thing where he's missing his own shots, but highly unlikely for Davis to just sit there and miss shots because most of his points are right at the rim, right? Like guys you see miss things right at the rim are like Zaza Pachulia, right? He's freaking JaVale McGee, but who's that guy on the Clippers? Boban? Frick, dude, that guy is... Anyway.
Doesn't even jump.
Awful basketball. But, Anthony Davis, the dude is unreal.
Yeah.
He's in, like, third spot for, like, talks of MVP right now. The way he's been able to carry the Pelicans with, an unexpected injury for DeMarcus Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
He's balled out also, as well as Damian Lillard. But the backcourt and just all around guys for Portland is going to be too much for Pelicans. Although I think Pelicans are able to take some games because I've watched throughout the season. I mean, Portland's lost games
Well, they lost 2 against Pelicans, right?
Yeah,
they went 2-2.
And even just like other teams like Portland's lost, and I wonder they're defensively. I don't think they're the hottest team defensively. I think that they're not going to guard Anthony Davis. They're not. I don't know. Or they're going to be so focused on Anthony Davis that other guys might get open. I don't know.
No.
I don't think they're the hottest team defensively, and so I'm going to go with Portland. But I'm going to go with Portland in 6.
Okay. As good as the Pelicans have played, I think they're only going to pull off 1 win. I think they're going to go Game 5, and I think Portland will take the Pelicans in Game 5.
Think so?
Yeah, I do. I like their Portland's backcourt, and I think they're playing such good basketball that I just don't think they'll be stopped. So, Portland Game 5.
Portland Game 5. Yeah, I think it'll be a super fun matchup. Just watching Lillard and McCollum and then watching Anthony Davis on the other end. It'll be good. I'm actually really looking forward to that one. And then yeah, like you said, it'll be fun to see, Portland wins, taking on Golden State. Maybe with a healthy Steph, it'll be kind of fun watching Lillard and Steph go back at it.
Yep.
And you got a McCollum and a Thompson matchup, and it'll be almost really even. You got Nurkic and Zaza, or freaking Zaza, man. Or I can't stand Zaza, but he's just a big. Anyway, I'm not a fan, dude. Anyway, so yeah, that's them. Portland 6, you got Portland 5.
Oh.
Noted.
Yep.
All right, last one. Utah Jazz, OKC. I will say this every time for all you fans / maybe haters out there. I am not biased. Yes, I'm a Jazz fan, but I will not be biased. We got a Russell Westbrook jersey right here. So, hey, look at that. We're not biased, right? Got a Westbrook with us. So, anyway, what do you see happening?
This is where it's a little harder for me. Because if you look in the regular season, you look OKC taking Utah 3-1. But you also take into effect here, right? Utah Jazz didn't really start becoming a contender until January. OKC's last game against Utah was in December. They had already played their 4 games by the end of December. And in January, that's where you see them going from January to April, only losing 6 games. So that's where it comes like, yes, OKC performed well against Utah in the regular season, but
they had no Rudy Gobert.
Have they? Yeah, Rudy Gobert I think played in maybe 2 of those games. For sure 1, maybe 2. The one win that they did have, Rudy was in. But they've never faced Jay Crowder, who I feel is one of the better off the bench defenders. Not only with the Utah Jazz, but in the league, he's been incredible defensively, right? You also see from January until now, Utah in the plus minus has 4 of the top 5. Mind you, the top 4, not just 4 of the top 5. They are the top 4 in plus minus. You've got Donovan Mitchell, Ricky Rubio, Rudy Gobert, and Joe Ingles being the top 4 plus minus. They didn't have to face that before December. So then, prefacing all this and looking at OKC, and you're seeing like, yes, okay, Westbrook, I mean, he's an animal, and he always will be, chasing those stats. He's always going to have super high stats, right? With that in mind, OKC, Utah. Can OKC beat this blazing hot Utah team where they haven't seen them before? They haven't seen this Utah team before. So is it going to be something where Utah can actually come out and win? Right now, it's speculated between all different sources that OKC is going to win it. I don't know. I don't know what to choose, right?
It's no match. Let's talk about OKC for a second, though. So, obviously, they have Westbrook, right?
Mm-hmm.
MVP, reigning MVP. He gets his second season of averaging a triple-double.
Yeah.
The dude's unreal, right? He's incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of talk against him, being like, oh, Westbrook has these turnovers, or, oh, he's the reason why OKC doesn't fully have this sense of a team, right, where they're just filling out each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there's that. They got Paul George. Just another star, dude. Paul George is PG. Like, he's not just a role player. Like, he's over in Indiana, star going to conference finals a few years ago.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony, it's not like he is this washed up dude. I mean, he can score.
Future Hall of Famer.
Future Hall of Famer. Kind of like D Wade now, right? Although I'd pick D Wade over Carmelo, but my point is, they're not a bad team at all.
No.
And Steven Adams, I feel, is very underrated.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be a tough matchup for Rudy Gobert because Steven Adams is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot more muscle. He's actually fighting for rebounds, and it's not this guy that Rudy Gobert is pushing around, right, for rebounds and stuff. So offensively, I think that OKC, it's going to be a tough matchup. I think they're going to, Donovan Mitchell right now is in talk of Rookie of the Year. The dude can score. And I think they're going to put Paul George on Donovan Mitchell, and it's going to be really tough for Mitchell to score. Obviously, I think he can, but it's going to be tough. And so I think this is going to be one of the best series of all the first round games. I think it's going to be a fight. It's going to be great. Westbrook's going to be hot, right? But yeah, I've been mulling this over again as I'm a Utah fan, but who do I really think is going to pull it off? Again, there's just so many factors that go into this game.
There's a lot.
You look at the defensive end for the Jazz, who's going to guard Westbrook, who's going to guard Paul George. And I think you just got to guard everybody else and guard Paul George. Don't let Paul George get hot, because if he gets hot, then you got two guys. But let Westbrook try to be the hero. Westbrook shoots a lot of shots a night. He shoots a ton, and he misses a lot as well. And I think you let him try to be the hero and try to win games, because if that happens, he's going to make them, he's going to miss them.
Yeah.
Paul George, if he gets hot,
it's over.
It's going to be tough to guard a Paul George and then have Westbrook just have this open lane of they're so focused on Paul, and he comes in with this huge game winner or something, and it's it's tough. I don't know, but
so you can tell this is one that it's hard for us to decide, because the inner Utah fan, right, living here in Utah, that we want to see him go on. But seeing how well OKC's playing, but also Utah playing, right?
I just think it's just even without being a Utah fan, just looking at the matchups is incredible. Like, it's going to be an awesome series, and I don't know. I think overall I'm going to pick Utah because everyone quit going crazy over there, right? Because. Utah is number one defense. I feel like they have this rotation under Quinn Snyder, possible coach of the year, where I think with a healthy team, with this new Jay Crowder, Royce O'Neal off the bench defensively, I think they will be able to not let Melo get hot, not let Paul George get hot, and let Westbrook just kind of take. Westbrook's gonna score. He's gonna. You can't stop Westbrook, but you can live with him hucking up threes every so often, right? It's just how he plays. And I think Utah Jazz, the number one defensive team in the league, they know how to play defense. They know how to play as a team. There's not a guy that's like a superstar on their team like a Westbrook or a George, but they got six guys who got double figures, right? And so. I'm going to pick Utah, and I'm going to pick them in Game 7. Utah's a hot road team.
Yep.
They've won the second half of the year. They were better on the road than at home. So I think they can win in OKC. I think the Jazz go and take Game 1. There begins to have Westbrook locker room issues with, hey, like, I need the ball, or hey, this and that. And I think that'll turn into mindset for the Utah Jazz. So anyway, Utah 7 prediction.
See, I was gonna say that, but as I've been sitting here thinking about all the possible, I don't know, the possibilities, I think I take Utah in Game 6. I do. I think. I don't know. As I'm just trying to pan out these scenarios here.
It just depends on how early Utah can get in Westbrook's head.
Yeah.
In OKC's head, because if they win the first two games, the series is done. Utah ain't winning. They ain't coming back from a 0-2. It's Utah or Westbrook and them. They'll be all hot and on it. But if Utah can steal one in OKC, that first two games, it's gonna go long, I think.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is it's gonna kind of be a trading game scenario. I think Utah will take one. Golden State will take one. I think. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's so hard. I think they'll trade off up until the game 5, Game 6 scenario, and I think Utah will come in clutch and take those. I think Quinn Snyder will be able to coach them good enough to do that.
So you're picking Utah in 6. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, go back through all this whole what do we call it? So
segments.
Segment. Thank you. Brain fart. And go in and go ahead and choose who you think is gonna win. Put it against ours, and this is gonna be super good playoffs. We're gonna be on a lot talking about games after they've happened. If we see Bucks go up 2-0 on Boston, we'll definitely be back here talking about it. It'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Or if Wizards go up 2-0 on Raptors, they're getting ready to play here soon, starting off, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be intense. The playoffs are awesome, and we're gonna be with you the whole step of the way. So stay tuned into us. Go ahead again, check out our Facebook, Instagram accounts. We're gonna be posting different things, different videos. Be sure though to for sure go on to our YouTube page, Trending Sports Talk Show. Subscribe, follow us, and get. If you subscribe, again, you get the latest and greatest of possible drawings that you can get free stuff, and we'll be doing that throughout the playoffs. So as long as you are subscribing, then you are in the chance to win. And this is Trending Sports Talk Show. Josh Bennett, Braden Ames, Mr. Al Capone here. Peace out.